So the murderous mom from yesterday. Remember that I did that show? I might have got some footage on my phone. Remember I did that show where I was basically breaking down. Big Sean let me be quiet. I was basically breaking down, shout out to Big Sean. We love Big Sean. I was basically breaking down what happened with the mother that actually was on the freeway and she stabbed her boyfriend. And then she wound up throwing out her babies on the freeway and they wound up getting killed. Well, there's more to the story, right? So now they've actually done some research and they've done some deep diving in which they can find out exactly what happened to her and who she was. And she wound up being an astrology influencer. Okay? So here's some more information on the woman that wind up killing her kids yesterday, or not yesterday, but, wind up killing and all of that other stuff. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notification.
We are learning more tonight about the mother police say murdered her boyfriend in Woodland Hills before pushing her baby and 9-year-old daughter into traffic on the 405 freeway. Thanks for joining us. I'm Carolyn Johnson.
I'm Kathy Vara. We are learning more about the online personality of Danielle Johnson and how she was known by her more than 100,000 followers. Investigative reporter Eric Litter joins us now live from our newsroom with details. Eric.
Hi, Kathy and Carolyn. Well, we've confirmed that the mother, whose name was Danielle Johnson, was also known online as Danielle Oyaka. Through her website and social media, she sold astrology sessions and products online, and she made several posts before the deaths warning about the solar eclipse. A law enforcement source says they are confident these social media posts show Danielle Johnson, who describes herself as an astrologer and a recording artist. Some of her posts on X, formerly Twitter, made proclamations about things that would happen to people who were born under various astrological signs. One post last week warned people not to look at Monday's solar eclipse, which happened hours after the killings and deaths in this case. Many other posts were anti-Semitic. Others spread false or unproven theories about COVID-19. The LAPD says detectives believe Johnson stabbed to death her 29-year-old live-in boyfriend, Jalen Cheney, inside the apartment the couple shared in Woodland Hills. That happened early Monday morning. Then police say she pushed her 9-year-old daughter into traffic while driving on the 405 freeway in Culver City before dawn, while that girl was holding Johnson's 8-month-old daughter. The infant was hit by cars and killed. The 9-year-old was able to get over to the shoulder. She survived. Now, less than an hour later, police in Redondo Beach say Johnson was killed when her Porsche SUV struck several trees while traveling at more than 100 miles per hour. Now, detectives who've worked this case caution that even though they're eager to find some kind of an explanation for all of this violence, there is a chance it will never be understood. They say while Johnson's astrology-related posts and these eclipse references could reveal something about her mindset, without being able to interview her, there's just no way to know. Lastly, the 9-year-old girl who survived this ordeal is with the LA County Department of Children and Family Services. She has relatives here in California and out of state, and child welfare workers are looking to find the proper placement for her.
Let me go ahead and show another video really quickly before we start to deep dive into her.
And tonight, revealing new information about the mother who pushed her children out onto the busy 405 freeway.
Police have learned that she was heavy into astrology, and her social media accounts were full of doomsday messages as the eclipse approached.
And KCAL News reporter Tom Wade is live in Woodland Hills now. Tom, everyone wants to know who could do all of this and why are we getting closer to learning?
Yeah, absolutely, Pat. I think everyone wants to try to wrap their minds around how a mother could do the things that she did. All of this killing spree beginning here at this apartment complex at Woodland Hills and then ending on the 405. We may never know why this woman did what she did, but we are getting a better look into her mindset in the days and hours leading up to the crimes. Danielle Johnson, seen here for the first time since carrying out her horrific murderous rampage, tossing her baby and 9-year-old child onto the freeway, stabbing her boyfriend to death, and then killing herself in a crash. All of it happening in the early hours of Monday morning. Neighbors of the victims are still reeling.
To do what she did the way that she did it, yeah, it's just awful.
Let me dive into this lady really quickly. So first of all, she had a website. Her actual Instagram is locked, and nobody actually knows what she did for a living. But she had a website. This is her website right here. Change reality one intention at a time. She got a bunch of testimonials. Yeah, she was really into all of that astrology junk. It's pretty crazy. Balancing system. Hey, look, bro, I got a question. Do y'all think that all of this astrology stuff is actually like is spirits and that type of stuff? I can't say if it's negative or positive, but do y'all think that all of this people that be, and this is what I be saying when I be talking about all of these earthy chicks. When I'm talking about these earthy chicks, do y'all think that all of this astrology stuff is actually got spirits and stuff in it? Because look, man, and when you're trying to understand why somebody did some of the most evil stuff that you've ever seen happen in life, right? What could possess a woman to stab her living boyfriend, take both of her kids, who one of the kids' parents is actually an out-of-town father, get on the freeway, throw the 9-year-old and the kid into traffic, baby get ran over, and then you drive a, like, I could think of more painless ways to go than driving 100 miles an hour into a tree and then killing myself. And so, like, when I say that we battling against spirits and principalities and stuff like that, how can I not take this stuff serious and say, well, what the heck is this? Like, I looked her up and I did a little bit of research, and they wound up being in a space to where it's like, oh yeah, she's one of the next up and coming, one of the best people or whatever, and so on and so forth. She got a bunch of testimonials. I don't know if any of this stuff is real, but it say, get to know Danielle, which it ain't no actual pictures on it. Danielle is a certified Reiki master teacher who was also trained in over 10 different alternative healing modalities. At a young age, Danielle had a near-death experience at 3 years old, which served her rite of passage into shamanism. I don't even know what that means. Coming from a rich lineage of indigenous shaman and medicine women, Danielle's spiritual gifts began to blossom. Danielle, during her tutelage with her personal healer in 2011, after beginning her own healing journey, after 3 years of intensive training, she began to expand her abilities by creating a unique method of healing that combined her training along with her knowledge of energy, physics, and psychology. Reiki, it's called Reiki. My bad, I don't know this stuff. It goes on to say, after undergoing her undergrad in psychology, she decided she wanted to go beyond the mundane limitations of traditional therapeutic methods of healing and start her professional career, offering services which include rituals, intuitive guidance, remote healing, and astrology. She's developed a grounded approach to total healing for everyday struggles we face and experience in our lives. With clients worldwide, she has helped subscribers in Argentina, Toronto, New York, Los Angeles, Japan, China, India, Australia, South Africa, West Africa, London, Korea, New Zealand, Spain, and many more. Combining science, alternative healing, developmental psychology, and statistical research on the impactful physiological effects that emotions and trauma have on our overall health and well-being, Danielle offers a unique approach to healing the mind, body, and soul. Interesting. Now, for those of you that can't read past the second or third grade level, don't try that at home. Here's her Twitter account. Reiki, master teacher, blah, 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 blah. This is her last post on April 5th. It says, wake up. The apocalypse is here. Everyone who has ears, listen. Your time to choose what you believe is now. If you believe a new world is possible for the people right now, there is power in choice. There is power in choice. Repost to make the choice for the collective. This is what she posted on Twitter. Then she reposted, alert, this is the final warning. Turn on notifications. Do not look at the eclipse. Something big is coming. And she reposted this and she reposted that. You know, you don't want to deep dive too far into Twitter because you might see something that's a little weird because Twitter is wild. But I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. It's like none of this stuff is explainable to me. None of it is logical. Nobody in their right mind would ever do something to their children. So when I see this type of stuff or when I see these earthy type of people, I'm telling you, bro, seriously, I know I make a lot of jokes about earthy people, but when I see earthy people a lot of times, and they be into a bunch of junk, and I walk into a space or a shop or something like that, and they got a whole bunch of incense. I had read something about a woman, and I don't know how true it was. I don't know where I heard it from, but I had read something about a woman that every time you went into her shop in New Orleans, and if you go in New Orleans, they got a lot of voodoo, a lot of all of that stuff, that ancestry stuff and stuff like that. And they said that the woman, every time somebody walked in her shop, she had put like some little sprinkle dust or some stuff that's, you know what I'm saying, spirited or something like that, and it would kind of fall on a person without the person knowing that it was falling on them when they walk into the space. And I was like, you know, as a person that considers myself spiritual, I seriously be skeptical, and I be scared of dealing with these women sometimes that be extra earthy. And I'll be like, yo, you a little extra earthy. And I started hearing a bunch of women talking about all of their signs and their astrology and their moon sign and their sun sign and all of that junk. And I'll be like, yeah, let me be careful of this one. Let me watch out for this one. She might not be right.